welcome to our podcast Overload, in which we are speaking about different impact of social media, etc., on mental health. And today, our topic of discussion is Tinder. And today, we have matched with our two wonderful guests. And I want you guys to talk. Tell me something about you. Can you please start from you?
So my name is Anthony. I'm 19 years old. I'm half French, half American, and I'm currently a first-year student in the hospitality management program. And this is my first time doing a podcast, so yeah.
And you?
I'm Jana, I'm 23 and from Germany, and I'm in my third year of tourism management, and yeah, also my first time doing a podcast.
Well, I hope everything will be great. So, what the goal of our podcast and what our main feature is the cards that you can see down here. These cards will tell us what we are going to speak about, and for this, I will ask one of you to choose these cards. So, Jana, can we start from you? Can you please choose the first topic of discussion that we will have?
A challenge. Tell about the worst date you've ever been on or the worst conversation you ever had with someone.
Yeah, and because it's like a Tinder, our episode about the Tinder, we are gonna talk about the worst experience you ever had, only on this card, trust me. So Jana, can you tell us something about this terrible experience of yours?
Well, I don't know if I had a worst date, but I had like a cringe story because on Tinder there are like sometimes the weird people. So I matched this guy and his bio was in English, so I thought he had in his bio that he's from England. So we texted in English and all that, and then we met. And we also talked in English the whole time. And he told me that he was from London and he's studying in Germany now and all that. And then he asked me to have like a second date, and I was fine with that. But then, I don't know, I think it was like the night of the day we met or the day after, I got like a text like this from him at 4 a.m. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? So he texted me like, yes, so I kind of did this experiment. I'm actually German, and I wanted to, I don't really remember, but I think he told me like I wanted to try out if people notice that I'm not from England. I was like, what the fuck? So he was like, yeah, because he had like a very strong British accent. So how was I supposed to notice that he was German? And he like made up this whole story about his family living there and all that. I was like, what the fuck? I talked to you in English the whole day, but you were German? Yeah. But we met like once again, and then I was like, nah,
Yeah,
what's wrong with that guy? Yeah, so that
sounds not really funny, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope it was the last piece of the messages you ever you talked with him, or you met with him after this, or no, or you just was angry on him.
We met once more, I think, because he was like, yeah, I can explain all to you. I was like, I mean, I don't really care. I met you once, but still, what's wrong with you? Like, do you have too much time?
Yeah.
But no, after that, I never texted or met him anymore. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, do you still have Tinder?
No, not anymore.
Okay, and Anthony, can you tell me about your
Mine
experience?
are really depressing. So.
Okay.
I've had this one time where it was a girl, and when we met up in real life, what she actually looked like was completely different from her profile picture on Tinder, which I was like, no, that's not for me. And then there was another time where my date bailed on me, so that was really sad. So I was just waiting, and then I kind of understood that it was just not going to happen. So yeah, so that was really sad.
It's sad, yes.
So now I don't really trust Tinder dates anymore. So.
I
Yeah.
get that.
I got like the strangest date that was possibly that you could possibly imagine. Like, I went to the date and the girl just came and she just, okay, we have like 2 hours and after this I have another date, and I'm just like, okay, okay, let's try to have fun for these 2 hours. And it was like terrible date after these words of hers. So yeah. So yeah, what we can make as a summary, I think that's Tinder is like hard place to find someone very like suitable for you.
Agreed.
So
Yes.
yes. Now we move for a next question. Yeah, can you, Anthony, please choose?
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever felt insecure by using Tinder or other dating apps? Did it ever have any impact on your self-esteem?
So, can you answer this question?
Yes, in a way, because like, I think it's better to like meet someone and fall. I don't know, like going through like social media to fall in love with someone, like a dating app, more like to fall in love with someone is like, I don't know, and I feel like it's kind of like looked down upon. Like if I were to tell my parents, oh, I have a Tinder date, like I don't know if, like how they will react, and so. But and my self-esteem, no, not really, or not that I noticed, you know. So, but insecure. No, I wouldn't say insecure. I don't know about you guys, but
What about you?
Well, sometimes it's like I don't want to tell anybody that I'm having Tinder, but now I don't have. But when I had Tinder, I was like, okay, don't tell anybody. I had the feeling it seems like I can't get anybody in real life, so I need to use Tinder for that. But I mean, it's not like that. Often I use Tinder just because I was bored, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people do that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not good to go on Tinder when you're feeling low. Like then you're like, oh, I'm not getting any matches, nobody's texting me, then you're feeling lower than before.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, not insecure in that way, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So the question of why we have it in actual our program is because we made a research and we discovered that almost 42% of Tinder users had problems with insecurity and they didn't feel very comfortable using this app. Now let's move on to our third question, and I would ask you, Jana, to do it one more time.
Have you ever had a successful Tinder date? Do you think Tinder could be successful? Yes, so both. I had a successful Tinder date, couple. Like, I had like a couple of dates, like 12 in total. So most of them were successful, actually. Not all of them, but like many. And I think Tinder could be successful. But it depends on the person. So for me, it was a successful date.
Yeah.
I don't know if for the other person it was successful as well.
Yeah.
I think it was, but I didn't end in a relationship or something with a Tinder date. But I had some good ones, yes.
Yes, that's great. And you, Anthony?
No, not for me. I had two Tinder dates, and they both didn't end well. Actually, one didn't happen at all. So, but can Tinder be successful? I think so. Just not my case, but for other people, I think it is. Yeah, I don't think it could be successful for me though. Like, I don't know, but I think it can be. It just depends on like the people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So
I had a lot of Tinder dates, and we didn't had like a 100% match, actually, because majority of my dates was just not that good, and I don't think that Tinder can be actually successful at this point. So, but probably that's a problem in me. So, and now we're gonna see what our viewers think about this question. Okay, so the first question is: have you ever felt insecure by using Tinder or other dating app?
Well, I never used any of those apps, but my friends did, and I know it actually helped them find true, meaningful relationships. So I think it's a good app to get in to know people that you might not have reached to face.
Thank you.
I believe that Tinder could be successful. I mean, wake up, we're in 2022. Like, of course, dating is evolving and changing, but I wouldn't call my Tinder days successful. I would say more fun. Okay. But it's also not like, this depends on what you're looking for, you know?
I mean, I never had a successful Tinder date myself, but I do think it can be successful for some people.
So, and now we have our last but not least question, and I will ask you, Anthony, to take a look at it.
Have you ever experienced scams or met fake people on Tinder? What would you do if this happened to you? You know, so I just said, I'm sure you're a great person, but no, this is not gonna happen for me. It's just no. So yeah, so I left, and yeah.
I think the decision to leave is the safest option to leave the days that you don't like. So it's nothing bad about that. So it happens with everyone, I think. And Jana, did you have this kind of experience?
No, not like in this direction. I mean, the person all looked like they had the photos in their profile. I mean, just the scam with this boy I told you about, the English guy who wasn't English. But otherwise, I didn't experience that. But I actually don't know what I would do, because in those situations, I'm like, you know, when you go into a store and everything's too expensive and you don't dare to go out because it's too expensive. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take like the cheapest thing you have here to then leave. So I personally don't know what I would do. I would be like, oh my God, that's not the person. But I think I would come up with an excuse to leave.
Oh.
Like someone's calling me or something, you know.
It's
like,
a great skill, actually.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I use those things. It's like, it wasn't a scam, but the person who came, I mean, he looked like on his pictures, but just like, not worse, but, you know, for me, no. So I was like, okay, I have to go like an hour earlier. So, yeah, I think I would also leave, but like with an excuse. Because I would be too shy to tell them, depending on the person, of course, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and like I also had this kind of negative and depressive stories, of course, and like, yeah, you're not alone. I think the majority of Tinder users
I feel less alone.
have the same problem. Like, for me, it was a huge problem that mainly I was like meeting a new Tinder date, and they were lying about the age, and that wasn't like very good, because like I don't really understand what the point of lying in the like Tinder, like on your, I would say, on your page, on your profile. Like, it doesn't make any sense, because you will definitely speak with the person you went on a date with, and everybody's gonna know that it's a lie. Like, what's the point? And well, but one time I had a very, very bad date, but when I was trying to find an excuse to leave, but when I like left for like 15 minutes, I come back and she left. So it was a win-win situation for both of us. And I just said thank you for her, that it was like, it wasn't good. So, yeah. And now we're gonna see what our viewers think about it, and we're gonna listen to the viewers' experience about it.
I've definitely seen profiles that look fake. You know, just having one photo, no like bio or anything. I mean, what I would do it, that just swipe left. I don't. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to do? I could report them as well, but sometimes I don't feel like it and I just swipe.
So no, I've never experienced that. Like, never met any fake people on Tinder. But if it would have happened, I would probably just go by with my life. Probably just a fake date, and then I just go home again.
Unfortunately, our time is priceless, and right now we're gonna sum up quickly what we think about the Tinder, and can you share your thoughts about it?
Yeah. I think it's just I think it's not necessarily the platform, it's the people. Because I don't have a problem with the Tinder itself. I have a problem with the people I met. Well, yeah. So, what about you?
Yeah, same. It's like you have to be careful with the different intentions on Tinder.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something serious, maybe Tinder is not the 100% right platform, but it can be. I heard stories of relationships
Everyone
from Tinder.
heard stories, but no one
yeah.
actually.
No, I
did.
know people who are still together. But
Wow. That's cool.
but still, we all know what Tinder is mostly used for. So, yes. Yeah.
So, our conclusion is gonna be, guys, please use Tinder if you want to have a fun evening, but do not try to find a very successful relationships because it's gonna be quite hard.
You're going to be disappointed.
But you can also not be disappointed. You can be successful. Everything depends on you, actually. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being our guest.
Thank you for
It was a
having
pleasure,
us,
and don't be overloaded, and stay tuned for the next episode.